Hey guys! So today I'm going to be showing you this tutorial on my favorite smoky eye, and we're going to start like we always do. I'm going to prime my face with this Dermalogica anti-redness primer that I used in my last video. I have been loving this stuff, absolutely loving it. I actually feel like it does make a difference. Like a lot of redness primers I've tried, I don't see a difference in the redness, but I actually feel like I see a difference with this stuff. I'm going to prime my brows like I always do with my Anastasia Clear Brow Gel, and prime my eyes with my MAC Painterly Paint Pot, same as always. I'm going to set that using my MAC Studio Fix powder and a big fluffy brush, and I'm just going to make sure I coat everywhere that we put that paint pot very well. This will help all the other shadows blend out very smoothly and also give you some extra coverage and help cover redness, veins, that kind of thing. Give you a really good clean slate to work with. So we're going to start with a MAC 224 Big Fluffy Blending Brush and MAC's Soft Brown in our transition. We're going to use this on the outer corner. We're going to touch down there first and then kind of slowly bring it in towards the inner corner in the upper crease and then blend it out. I built the color up pretty well. I definitely wanted it to be, noticeable. Now we're going to take MAC's Blackberry and a MAC 217. It's a slightly more like shapely blending brush. It's more rectangular in shape opposed to the 224 being kind of circular and just kind of diffused at the end. This is more of like a diffused rectangle shape, so it's really good for the crease. And I applied that first on the outer corner of my crease, a little bit below the soft brown, and really tried to follow my natural crease, like where the bone of my socket is, and just buff it out and wing it out from there. So now with no additional product, I just took that 224 one more time and just kind of blended the two shades together and buffed out any harsh edges because Blackberry is kind of a dark shade. So now we're going to go into the Anastasia, what is the name of this palette? The Self-Made palette, and I'm going to use a MAC 242 shader brush and apply Metallic Plum to the outer part of my crease and the inner part of my crease, like near my tear duct, and I'm going to leave the center third of my lid blank, so with no product. And I'm going to really pack that on there. And I'm going to do this really slowly as to not initially bring the color up too high because we still have a lot of blending and stuff that we got to do that will bring the product up higher, and I just don't want it to be too dark too high because then it can really start to look like you kind of have a black eye. So now I am just taking a Morphe pointed crease brush, picking up just a little bit of Metallic Plum at a time and just like slowly buffing out and just making sure that everything is very like smooth and that it isn't just like a sharp, harsh stop of Metallic Plum at my lid. I kind of want it to be brought up a little bit to blend into that Blackberry. So it does look a little crazy when you don't have anything on your under eyes or like your brows or anything else done. It just looks very dark, but it'll all come together when you have the rest of your face makeup on. So now I am just taking a little itty bit of Blackberry on that 217, like not a lot, and just kind of buffing over the Metallic Plum a little bit, again, just to like make it a little bit more smooth. And again, with the 224 and soft brown, really going in, and I did a lot of blending here because you do not want like a super harsh line where the Metallic Plum and Blackberry kind of stop. So you have to do a lot of blending to try to make sure, and I'll even do it again throughout this tutorial. I'll make sure I blend it like a couple more times because you really want it to be seamless when you're working with like darker colors like this. So now I'm just taking a small detailer brush, and I took from that same Anastasia palette a color called Pink Champagne. It's a beautiful metallic. It's probably like my favorite metallic out there. And I just applied that to the center where we left that blank space on our lids. And I am taking that MAC 224 brush, or 242, I'm sorry, shader brush one more time, and just kind of blending the edges of Pink Champagne and Metallic Plum together so it's not just like a harsh streak. And one more time with no product on my 217, just blending my crease to make sure that none of that Pink Champagne transferred too high up onto my crease, because that can look kind of funny. So now we're going to go in and do our foundation, and I am just using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation and my Beauty Blender, and doing my foundation the way I always do, just dabbing it into my skin, really working the product in. So now we're going to go in with some concealer, and I'm just using my Urban Decay Naked Weightless Concealer, using it on my under eyes, down the sides of my nose, around the corners of my nose where I get a lot of redness, my chin, and then the center of my forehead. And I'm going to take my Beauty Blender and just blend that out. I'm also going to use the Beauty Blender and the concealer to like clean up the outer part of the eyeshadow look and make it really sharp. So once you have that done, you want to go in and quickly set it, and I'm just using my MAC Studio Fix powder and a really pointed flat powder brush, and making sure I really press that powder in my under eye, and make sure I really set it so I don't get any creasing or anything during the day. And then I will also do the same thing to my forehead, my chin, and then my nose area, my whole T-zone basically, anywhere where I can get really oily, because this will just help with that, with controlling that oil. And then I just take a big duo fiber brush and apply a little bit more of that same powder just to the rest of my face, mainly the outside where we do our contour, to help the contour blend out well. And I'm just going to go in now and fill in my brows with my Anastasia Taupe Brow Definer. It's a lot easier now that I'm blonde to like fill in my brows again, because I don't feel like I have to go like really dark, or like, you know, make them like thicker or whatever to match having dark roots. So I find it so much easier when I have light hair to do my eyebrows. I just always have. Yeah, so I just build up the bottom of it and kind of make a gradient up using like small flicking motions, like hair-like motions, and then I will use the spoolie on the end to kind of work the product through and make sure it's not any like chunky in one area. And then I will set it with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel to make sure it doesn't budge throughout the day. So now I'm taking Bobbi Brown's Banana. It's like a really neutrally kind of tinted yellow matte or like satin shade from Bobbi Brown, and I'm just using that under my brow area to kind of clean up and give like a little bit of a matte highlight, and also to add like one more transition between, you know, like a gradient from soft brown. So the purple, then soft brown, and then like a little bit of a yellowish hue. I just find that that helped it look a lot more like smooth to me. So now I am taking a MAC bronzing powder and a big like fluffy angled brush. I believe it's an It Cosmetics blush brush actually, but I use it for bronzer because you know, you kind of want like a bigger powder brush for bronzer because you want to give like an all over face glow. And now I'm taking this Sephora angled brush that I absolutely am in love with, and my Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil matte bronzer, and I'm just going to do like a pretty basic contour. It's not too dark or anything. I didn't want like my face makeup to be like insanely dramatic because the eye is so dramatic. And this is more of like what I would do if I was going to go out. I would actually wear my face makeup probably more like this, so I wanted to do the video more true to how I actually wear it when I do this smoky eye. And I'm taking a big fluffy angled brush and some more of that Studio Fix powder and just kind of like cleaning up my contour a little bit and kind of running it over where the like contour and bronzer stop and the rest of my makeup starts to kind of make like a smoother transition and make sure there's no like harsh lines. So now I am taking this blush from Makeup Geek. Oh, I think it's called Spellbound. And I'm just taking a small blush brush, bringing it back towards the temples of my, like on either side of my head, and then taking whatever is left on the brush and applying that to the apples of my cheek. That's my favorite way to apply blush. And I'm taking this Anastasia Glow Kit and taking the shade Crushed Pearl on my Anastasia highlighting brush and applying that just to the tops of my cheekbones and a little bit above my brow, same way I always do. And then I will also take a little bit of that and put it on my Cupid's bow. This actually is probably my favorite highlighter in that whole palette that I got, the Glow palette that I just picked up. So now I'm taking my favorite lip gloss of life. It's Anastasia's Dainty. It's just this like perfect nude pink lip gloss that just like for some reason with my skin tone it just works perfectly. It's my favorite go-to lip gloss. Like I think this is probably the lip gloss I'm going to wear on my wedding day. That's how much I like it. So I'm going to take MAC's Blackberry one more time in a very small like detailer brush that has a flat end on one side, and I'm going to apply that MAC Blackberry to pretty heavily to the outer like third of my lower lash line, kind of joining my upper lash line and kind of bringing it all together. And then I'm going to take that metallic Plum and a pencil brush and run that over where we put Blackberry all the way into the tear duct. And now I'm taking a bigger pencil brush and applying and just buffing everything out with that MAC Soft Brown. And now I took that Crushed Pearl highlighting shade from the Glow Kit one more time, popped that on the inner corners of my eyes to make them look very awake and open, and then put a little bit of it under the arc of my brow. Now I'm taking this Colourpop cream liner for my waterline in Exit. It's just like a very beautiful, like nudie white shade, and I love the way that looks with this look. I'm curling my lashes, and I'm just going to apply my favorite mascara, which is their Real from Benefit. I love this mascara. I've never loved a mascara before. I've been on the hunt my whole life, and I've never loved one, but I love this mascara. So this is what you're left with right now. I love this look when I have just like my regular greenish, you know, amber brown kind of eyes, but with the blue eyes, I love it even more. So I'm taking Lily lashes in Goddess. These are awesome lashes. Like, they're just kind of good. They're just good. The shape is good. Their fluffiness level is good. They're not too much, but it still looks like you have, like, you know, like you have something extra going on. It doesn't look like super natural, like they're yours, like when you wear Ardell's and you can barely tell. It definitely looks like you have like lashes on, but I like that. But they're not like too cat-eyed. They're not too long. They're good. They just complement like every look you could possibly do. I feel like these would be good for a bride. Maybe I'll wear these on my wedding too. So I left one application in the video just so you guys could see how I put these on. So this is it. This is the completed look. I'm just going to spray with and set everything with my Urban Decay Chill Setting Spray. And that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please like and subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks. Bye.